Members of the faculty, families and supporters, and especially to the graduates of 2024, thank you for inviting me to share this moment with you. I come to you today from the future. In a way, as a Wharton grad who's been away from school for over 30 years now, I can represent in at least a couple of respects a voice from your own future. If you do the math, that makes me a proud Gen X. Can I have a shout out for the Gen X people in the crowd? Okay, thank you, sir. So with the wisdom of that age, I'm going to share with you a few pearly bits of wisdom that I call, in my talk, things they probably forgot to teach you in business school. And I do that at some risk because I'm standing in front of the dean and the faculty, and most importantly, the graduates of the greatest business school on earth. But what the heck? Listen, I mean, this is a graduation speech. You will probably forget every word I've said by tomorrow anyway. In all seriousness, these are 4 things that I wish I had appreciated when I left this incredible place over 30 years ago. And I'm going to start with a simple one. Take a chance on yourself. No, really, go at risk. It might sound obvious, but if you want others to take a chance on you, you have to go first. They teach us management here at Wharton, and they do it better than anyone. But the fallacy of management is the name. Managers aren't here to manage things. At our best, we are here to change things. Wharton grads are here to change trajectories. And in order to do that, you have to be willing to take a leap. Think about it. Without people being willing to step up and step out, an organization will keep running, but it won't keep getting better. For most organizations, just maintaining the status quo or repeating last year's then successful results would be considered a fail this year. Organizations are expected to successfully grow, and leaders are therefore here to bend the curve, not just manage it. That's certainly the main lesson that I've taken away from 12 years in leadership at T-Mobile. To me, it is so important to make sure that at T-Mobile, we are never just satisfied with the status quo. This idea is codified in our values with one we call, "We won't stop." In the last 12 years, as the dean said, we've gone from a $6 billion market cap company to $195 billion and become the world's most valuable telecommunications company of any kind by doing one thing: constantly striving, relentlessly finding new ways to grow, finding ways to be able to afford to do more for customers, to put them first, and to change the rules in their favor. And to do that, we've had to step it up and change some trajectories in our business time and time again. And listen, there is only one way to do that. Take some smart risks with your business and therefore with yourself. Take your shot. Speak up. Raise your hand. Be the one who day in and day out jumps into the big, hard project or blazes a new trail. When people see you taking a chance on yourself, an amazing thing will happen. They'll begin to invest in you too. It's a simple formula. Take a chance on yourself and find someone who will take a chance on you. Now, a quick caveat. If you talk to successful people my age, thriving at the top of their fields, whether in business or Hollywood or just about anywhere else, most will tell you, with some humility, that luck played a big role in getting us here. Just plain luck. It's true. But by stepping out, taking smart risks, not accepting the status quo, you can maximize your chances of being lucky. It often comes in the form of someone else being willing to take a chance on us, to give us an opportunity that we wouldn't have had otherwise. And that comes from relationships. Take a chance on yourself and inspire someone to take a chance on you. And that leads me to my second thought for you. If in doubt, reach out. Please, actively foster the relationships and connections you've made here at Wharton and throughout your life. Actively foster them. And no, liking someone's social media post doesn't count. Neither does idly talking about the weather. I'm talking about investing in relationships. It's well known that business school is partly, and some would say even mostly, about the relationships that we make. But you, and only you, can determine the value of those relationships in your life by actively fostering them. The greatest highlight from my time here walked into my life on move-in day first year. Suzanne and I became inseparable from that point on, and now we have been married more than 30 years. She's the single best thing that ever happened to me, and she's in the room with me here today, Suzanne Sievert. So I can attest, the relationships that you start here or started here are important. And it's not too late to turn even casual acquaintances from your time here into lifelong friendships and relationships that matter. And I'm here from the future to tell you that this one thing will matter to you more and more as you go on. I recently spent a fantastic weekend with 4 roommates and friends from my time here. We had a wonderful time filled with meaningful conversations about the things that men our age experience and about our time together back in school and a lot more. And you know what? That was actually the first time that all 5 of us were together for a non-wedding weekend in the entire time since we left here 30 years ago. What a shame that is. I let long gaps in time emerge in these relationships, and I shouldn't have. I would think about these guys often, but I didn't usually reach out when I did. I always wondered if it would seem random or even a bother. Daniel Pink, in his fantastic book, The Power of Regret, How Looking Backwards Moves Us Forward, points out repeatedly that the most regrets in our life, the ones we experience later in life, are regrets of omission. It turns out that we regret the actions we didn't take even more than the ones we did. And that goes to building relationships more than anything. If in doubt, reach out. The third thing they might have forgotten to teach you, stoke your successes instead of fighting your fires. In life and in business, pay less attention to trying to solve what's not working and more attention to amplifying what is. Double down on the things that are working. Stoke your successes. When it comes to career advice, for me, the phrase, follow your passions, puts a little too much pressure on younger people to know what their passion is. An easier hack is to figure out what's working in your life and do more of that. Something you find you're good at, where your contributions seem to come naturally. Do more of it. Get help and coaching on those things, not the problem areas. Do even more and get even better. This is about following your competence. I promise you this, you'll find yourself enjoying the things that you feel yourself getting better and better at that, and one of them might even become a passion. Business is the same way. We've all seen those red, green, yellow stoplight dashboards that companies use to measure progress across projects. But here's the thing. Most companies are fixated on the red, obsessing over what's going wrong. I think that's a big mistake. I'm interested in the red, and solving an obvious problem can be very productive, but I'm much more focused on the green, what's working, and how to replicate and grow that success. It's far more productive and rewarding to stoke successes than to constantly fight fires. Rather than getting sucked into what's broken, great leaders invest more energy, making the green projects greener. They focus on building on the team's strengths and wins, moving winning projects along through the system faster, investing more in successful projects, and something interesting then happens. Others across the organization start feeling motivated to replicate elements of the winning project's success formula, and more wins tend to follow. Don't get me wrong, there will always be day-to-day problems we have to solve, but often the higher ROI option is to zero in on the thing that's working really well and invest even more in it. Stoke your successes. The final thing, they might not have taught you here at Wharton, all business basically boils down to storytelling. I'm here to tell you that the essential skill of business is storytelling. I'm talking about the power of authentic and truthful storytelling to advance your agenda, whatever it is. Think about it. If you are a hiring manager recruiting a candidate, you are a storyteller. If you are a manager working to motivate your team, you are a storyteller. If you're leading engineers to build a new product, you're a storyteller first. Good finance people can maintain great spreadsheets, but the best one can tell the story that those numbers portray. The startups that get funded are not the ones with the best financial plans. They are the ones with the strongest story. And graduates, I'm here to tell you that I'm sure you've learned already when you are speaking with recruiters or about investors about your career, you become the author of your own autobiographical story. It's a story of where you've been and where you might be going and why. And that why, the core motivation of the central character, you, is one of the most important parts of any story, but certainly the most important part of yours. You have the power to connect with people's emotions and inspire actions and disarm people with a laugh and to humanize complex things and make them relatable. And you'll find that these skills will become your most important tools in business and in life. In a little while, they're going to open those doors and send us all back out into the world, ending your brief 2-year time in the bubble that is Wharton. And when they do, remember the things they don't always teach you in business school. Step out, take a chance on yourself, and find someone who will take a chance on you. When in doubt, reach out. You won't regret it. Commit to fostering these relationships you've built here for a lifetime. Stoke your successes. There's nothing wrong with solving problems, but you'll maximize your personal ROI by doubling down on the things that are working in your life and in your career. And be a storyteller. It is the essential art of business. So when they do open those doors, go out there and write your own story. And graduates, I can't wait to see where your stories take you. Congratulations to the class of 2024.